Morning all. Just gonna make a slip D rig. See the old fish boshing this morning. It's got me inspired to go fucking carpet. Right. Basically, I've made myself somewhat along the lines of 3 inches. Something about that. 2 figure of 8 loops. One's longer than the other. The longer side, got to pinch the tip right down. Squash it as thin as you can possibly get it. Yeah? Camera's a bit crap, but basically, that goes through the back end of the eye. Okay, so you basically just slipped your hook on. Yeah? So you basically push that hook through the back end of the eye. That's a size 2 fang twister. Anything smaller, you can't get the coated section through it. It's just too fit. So to that, basically, you get a micro bait screw, and that then goes onto that. Okay, so you basically hook that on. Now with a 4mm bead, I want you to pierce your own hole on this rig, on this bead. So you basically, you got a hole where it goes up on a leader. Yeah, pierce your own hole to grip it tighter on the shank of the hook. Basically pull that round, and then what you do then is you pull that tag end over your hook, and then you've created sort of like a D. Right? Get it where you need it to be. The bead locks off this screw. Basically left yourself something that looks like this. Okay, and you put a little bit of a break in the coating to give you this supple hinge. Yeah? Now that aggressiveness of how that comes out at the back of the eye, that's what you need. You don't want to straighten it, you don't want to steam it, you don't want to do nothing. That is literally it, because this hook will lay like this for the pickup. So in the flip and the turn, yeah, even without a bait on, yeah, you see that? See how it just wants to flip and turn, yeah, without even a bait on it, right? So this rig basically is my big fish rig, really big fish rig. I feel like they don't know if they're getting hooked or not, you know, they're just confused, because the hook bait, okay, it is either NS1s, white, it's glugged, smell beautiful, right. Or Dairy Supreme, or the Assista fruits. all the CC Moore range, yeah? Can't fault them. Can't fucking fault them, mate. I have had plenty of fucking big fish on this rig. So, instead of using a whole bait, these are 13 and 14 millers. Yeah? So let's get a whole bait out. Oh, beautiful. There's a whole bait. Absolutely perfect. Yeah. But that, to me, is 4 hook baits. So a 14 mil pop up is 4 hook baits to me. And the reason why is because that's it. That little tiny piece, which is way smaller than my fingernail, way smaller. It is, how can I put it? It's on par, as round as a McDonald's straw. Yeah, as you can see, just sits on top of a McDonald's straw. So it's just a tiny piece. Now with that tiny bit of hook bait, yeah, the flip and the turn of this rig is insane. It just wants to flip and turn. Slightest little bit of a pull, it just flips and turns without no skating around, no nothing, man. This is literally a proper sticky sharp hook that in the fish's mouth, as soon as it goes in, you've got, mate, I'm gonna say the double coated section towards the knot, yeah, it's just as long as my fingernail, yeah, so a centimetre, right? The aggressiveness of how that comes out the back of the eye is what I love, because when it's in the mouth, you've basically got this end hooked down to your leg clip or your helicopter or however you fish this rig, and soon as it comes in contact with the lead, bam, there is no room for getting away with it, man. This rig, I found in the last 2 years that I've been using it, like properly, has put me more fish on the bank in 1 year than I had previous. Now, you could, if you wanted, put a little bit of putty at that break and you could have it as a pop-up rig. Yeah, very close to the bottom. But me, I like having it laid flat. This rig works better if it's laid flat and this little bit of pop-up is just basically sat on top of the hook just like this. And as soon as the carp picked that up, so light, goes straight into the mouth. As soon as it pulls tight, straight into the bottom lip. Now, every carp that I've had on this rig has been absolutely nailed and they ain't getting off, no way. So that's my version of the Slip D rig, and simple as anything can be. And basically to attach it, say like a lead clip, basically hoop it in, and then all the front end of this rig basically passes through this hoop, just like so. So you basically got it on, it's slipped, open up this hoop, pass the whole rig and the bait through that hoop, get it over, pull it down, boom. That's that locked in place now on our leg clip. Yeah, so if all of this does start getting frayed up and it just gets a little bit smashed up, loop it off, crack another one on, everything's good to go. Quick change, deadly as fuck, absolutely deadly rig. Happy fishing.